So in this video, we're going to talk about why exactly do we lose motivation. And I hope that you're going to be able to stick around long enough and that you have enough motivation to actually finish watching this video because, I'll be doing most of the talking and hopefully you'll get something out of it. So in this video, I'll be going over 3 things. The analogy, which I really like. 2, the reasons for loss of motivation. And 3, what are your next steps? So why analogy? I really like analogies because it really gives a different dimension to help you understand things in a more simpler sense in terms of something we can relate to. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that we'll keep on talking and you will see me in your feed. So now let's talk about analogy. I want you to imagine something that you really want. And this might be a relationship, might be cars, might be fame, reputation, or it might just be a normal life. Motivation is how driven we are to get to that thing. So with that being said, it's kind of obvious that if you don't have something that you really want, then there will be no motivation. There'll be no drive to get to it because there's nothing. One other thing is, if you feel like for whatever reason that you can't actually get what you really want in life, you'll also lose the motivation to do anything. So when we're looking at motivation, we're really looking at 1. Is there actually something that is motivating you? Is there a goal? Do you actually have something that you actually want to do in life? 2, is the goal actually realistic? And are there things that are actually preventing you from getting to that goal? And this prevention might also be your inner belief too. So if you're already satisfied with your life, I'm pretty sure most of us aren't, or you don't really believe that you can truly change your life, this can be one of the huge sources for just feeling completely demotivated. Now let's talk about the reasons for loss of motivation. Here I have 3 main categories for you, and the first one is you basically just have no goal. You're going through life and you feel really lost. You're going through the same cycles over and over again. I mean, there's a reason why people call the work, your job, the grind, because you're pretty much doing the same things over and over and you want to do something fun. You want to do something that you enjoy in life. But work is wearing you out, or somehow life isn't providing you that enjoyment. However, you want to live for something more. You want to have a decent purpose in life, but you have no idea what that is. And as long as you don't really have something to work for, you, in the short run, you might enjoy things like food, money, relationships, all those different things. But then in the long run, you'll feel like this is also meaningless. Like, why am I doing this? I'm just doing the same things over and over again. I'm just living just for the heck of it. And that is very demotivating. So this is why if you want your life to add up, if you want your life to progress to some degree, and actually feel like there's something you want to wake up for every single day, then you have to have a goal. And this goal can be something that's usually bigger than yourself. It can be able to help build houses for people in third world countries. This might be trying to solve the homeless situation. This can be feeding world hunger or providing new technology or renewable resources, building in different innovations. It's usually something that is bigger, a much bigger problems you can solve, but it's also something that is not really something small. It involves giving back. And even if it's not this, you can also look to be part of something that's bigger. When you go to animal shelters, there can be different things like, oh shoot, yeah, I want to help support and provide care for these animals that don't have a home. So you don't necessarily have to be the one that creates a huge goal for yourself, though that might help, but you can also be someone that is supporting a huge cause. And this will give you a more directed focus towards, this is why I'm waking up each day. This is why like my life doesn't feel like it's just a huge grind that's going nowhere. So another aspect of loss for motivation on this topic is that you might be actually losing something that's very important to you. This might be a relationship, you might lose a job that you really like, or a family member, and really pulls you into a different degree because you can go from having something that you really like, you really love your life, to a point, a degree where you lost your purpose and motivation for your life. And that will sink us into a state of being very demotivated because we now have to reconstruct our life around having a different meaning. So the second category I have for you that is really causing you to lose motivation is you actually have a goal, but you believe that you can't get to it. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're trying to train for a marathon, 26.2 miles. That is a very long distance, yeah. And props to anyone who's doing it. You start training and you're running 1 mile, 2 mile, but you just can't get to that point where you feel like I can't run 26 miles. You fall, you run, you trip, and you feel completely burnt out, you're completely exhausted. And you look at your goal and you can't even see it. That is demotivating. It's discouraging because you try so hard and you feel like you can't get to it. That's what it means. Now, the third category for really losing your motivation is that you have a goal, but then you just gave up. This might be one of the things like, let's say there's someone you really like, but this person rejected you. So you're like, oh shoot man, like I just hit this wall so hard, failure, and then I really believe that nothing's gonna work out. I just gave up on life. There's something I really want, but there is no chance that I'll ever be getting that thing. That is incredibly discouraging because there's no worse feeling than really wanting something and then understanding that you'll have no way of getting it. That is a feeling of despair, hopelessness, because you feel internally stuck in your current state. And that is like being trapped in a box and not being able to move forward. And none of us like to feel like that. So now let's talk about next steps. First question that we really want to ask is that, when do you actually have a goal? This is one of the things that I was talking about before. Do you have something that you want to do in life? Like, do you feel like there are causes that you feel like, man, this is really wrong? Start with something that really strikes up emotions inside of you. Is there some kind of injustice you're seeing somewhere? Is there something that you really want to see being more innovative? Was there a problem that you wanted to really solve? Is there something that you really wanted to be when you're growing up? Look into these things, tap into these emotions to really feel and try to explore what type of things are motivating you to go ahead and try to live. But one of the things that I want to mention here is that you have to set a goal that is within your own control. So let's say if I set a goal to make this person like me romantically, like that's not gonna work because that person is not within my control. And that is just kind of weird to try to make someone love you as a goal because that's impossible. You can't force that person to love you. So therefore you can't set a goal that is out of your control. You have to set something that is within your sphere. So I can say, I'm going to get up and run every day for the next month. Can I do it? Yes, because I can pick myself up and I can go out there and run. Everything is within my control. Now the second question I want to ask is, do you actually believe that you can get to that goal? Is there something that you don't understand? Do you not know how to get to that goal? What exactly is the obstacle that is stopping you from getting to that goal? And understand that sometimes these obstacles, they can be tangible or intangible. It can be a belief about yourself, how let's say, if you really believe that everyone out there is out there to get you, everyone's constantly judging you, that can be a mental block in terms of obstacles. Or another one can be like, oh, if I'm trying to win in basketball, I'm too short. That's my obstacle. I believe I can't win because I'm short. These can all be things that you have to really examine and feel like, is this really something that is preventing me from getting to my goal? And how can I work around it? Because the more we explore, the more we become creative in terms of getting to our goals, we start to really grow. If there are certain mentalities and roadblocks that are challenging your way of thinking, challenge your belief so that you can be able to think outside the box and think in a more positive manner that can help you construct your path to get to your goal. So understand exactly what your obstacle is with clarity and attack it so that you can be able to break through the wall, and be able to get progressing through your life. Like, the more we can visualize ourselves getting to the goal and we can feel ourselves progressing to the goal, that's what's going to drive us even more. Yeah, it's kind of like the analogy of the ball rolling down the hill and gets, or snowball, yeah, that's right, rolling down a hill and just gets bigger and bigger because of momentum, because of that drive. And that is what you want. Once you pick up speed, getting bigger and more results, that will be easier. So break through your obstacles. So if you look at it, motivation is actually much simpler than you think. It really comes down to, do you actually have something that you really want? And how possible or believable do you feel like you are capable of getting that thing? And that is all I have for you this week. If you believe that this video has really helped you in some way, please like, share, comment, share it with a friend. And that's it. Stay strong, stay healthy, and I will talk to you guys next time.